Yes. From November 2000 until today, astronauts from Russia, Europe, Japan, Canada, and the good old US of A have been living and working continuously up in space. And although we no longer fly the shuttle, thanks to the International Space Station, our human presence in lower Earth orbit will continue for years to come. In fact, we have 6 people living on board the ISS right now. The International Space Station is very large. It is the length of a football field with its end zones. It travels around the world at 17,500 miles per hour. That is roughly 5 miles per second. That'll get you around the world in 90 minutes, meaning that in 24 hours you'll see 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets during your time on board. The ISS has all the amenities of home, including 2 bathrooms, a gym, a 360-degree bay window, and of course, free Wi-Fi. Now, since the ISS has been made to accommodate human beings and designed for humans, I need a volunteer to start their astronaut training today. I think I saw your hand up there in the back first. Olivia, why don't you come on up?
Here.
Oh, already hand first.
Come on over. What is your name? And Chastity, where are you from? All right, let's give Chastity from Dallas a big round of applause. All right, come this way. You gotta watch your step as you're going up, because we're not flipped yet. All right, Chastity, you need to turn and wave goodbye to all the good people of Earth. All right. Okay, welcome on board, Chastity. Now, if we were actually up in the station, we would be in a microgravity environment, which is a weightless environment. That means we would be floating. In fact, everything floats, and that means that nobody can ever tell you to pick up your room because nothing ever hits the ground. Right? As good as that is, you have to remember that if you don't secure it, it's not going to stay put. So you have to make sure you secure things, but you don't have to worry about small things if you lose those. Because something like a pencil or a toothbrush is probably going to be stuck to one of the filters of the air recycling system at the end of the day. So humans living in space is a lot like a fish out of water. It's a hostile environment for human beings, but the ISS has all of the life support functions to keep them healthy. So in the first couple of days, Chastity, you might not feel too well. You may come down with what's called space motion sickness or space adaptation syndrome. So we provide you with your very own emesis management system. Yes, your very own barf bag. Now, if you do need this, you don't have to worry because you won't need it after a couple of days. You start feeling better. But if you do use it, please make sure you get everything inside the bag or it's going to be floating about, all right? Okay, let's come on over here. I want you to stand right there for me. So let's say that you've had a long day of spacewalking, you're really tired, and you just want to get some sleep. Well, if you just close your eyes and drift away, you really are going to drift away, and you might bump into a fellow astronaut or into a switch. So we provide you with your very own sleep restraint unit to keep you put. So why don't you try it on for size? One up. All right, put one arm through here. Same on the other side. All right. Now, this last restraint is for your head, and this keeps that from bobbing up and down. There you go. Looks nice. How does that feel? A little uncomfortable? You want to try the top bunk? See how that feels? No? All right. Well, up in space, there's no up or down. There's no ceiling, no floor, no east, no west. It feels the same if you're sleeping here, right where I'm at, or right where you're at. Of course, probably strange trying to sleep standing up here on Earth. All right. Watch your step coming on out. Take a seat there. We're going to get you some exercise. So don't worry about those pedals. They're not working. We're just going to give you an upper body workout there. So one of the negative effects of microgravity is that there's a loss in bone density and also in muscle loss. And this is kind of an advanced aging process. So our astronauts are required to exercise 2 hours every day, 7 days a week in order to counterbalance this process. So the 34 expedition crew up there will use Equipment similar to this, as well as the ARED, or the Advanced Resistance Exercise Device you see there on the video, and also a treadmill. You got the hang of that? Yeah? All right, let's move on then. The very important part of your training here. So Chastity, we'll stand right there. We're going to pull this out so everybody can see it. You know what this is? Yes, the girl knows the toilet when she sees it. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the moment you've all been waiting for, the waist hygiene compartment. Yes, the toilet. So, you just stand there, I'm going to tell you how it works. So, the astronaut will put the foot in each one of these foot restraint units. You use these braces to go over your legs to keep you on target. You press a button in the back which creates a suction, and then you go. So on board the station we'd have a privacy panel here, but we've removed the privacy panel since this is a public demonstration, so whenever you're ready. I'll let you out the hook and just tell you how it works. So you can't have water in your toilet in microgravity, so we use suction to do the job that gravity does for us here on Earth. The suction is going to send the solid waste into a container. So later on we're going to dispose of the solid waste, but we're going to save the liquid waste. Can you reach in there and pull that out so that we can see that? This is why I get a volunteer, because I don't like touching that. So just messing with you. Nobody's used that, as far as I know. Alright, so the liquid waste is going to go in there. Now keep in mind that water is a valuable commodity in space. So you have to recycle all of it. The liquid waste goes in there and it ends up right here. Right. You drink it again and again and again. How's that for refreshment, huh? Want to drink that? Alright, so not only is traveling in space necessary for us to have a closed loop system so we can go further, but it's also helpful here on Earth because we can use it for water purification purposes. All right, just turn around here and look in there. After you use the restroom, what's the first thing you do? Absolutely. So astronauts, in order to preserve water, are going to use antibacterial wet wipes to wash their hands and larger Huggy type wipes in order to take sponge baths. If you're an astronaut in training, wash those hands and a 2-point shot whenever you're ready. Well done. All right. Okay, let's head on over to the next segment. So if you'll stand right there for me and face the front. So this is where you and your fellow astronauts would be floating around, some upside down, some right side up, and you'd be talking about your day while you prepare your meals. Now these days, astronauts have all kinds of delicious foods and drinks just by adding water. And what kind of water do you think that is? Yes, toilet water. Well, yeah, recycled water. That's right. Now, if you don't hold on to something, it's going to float away. So we put Velcro on all our food packages and also Velcro on our clothing. So let me tell you, this macaroni and cheese, it goes straight to my thighs. That's how it works. All right, so let's review. We've talked about sleeping in space, exercising, using the restrooms, personal hygiene, and food preparation. But there's one other thing I need your help with today, because you see, the ISS isn't just a place to live. It's a scientific laboratory for new types of research that would be impossible to perform here on the gravity of Earth. So we're going to do a little bit of a scientific demonstration. So if you will stand right there for me and face the front, I'm going to do a quick body scan on you, so it's probably going to hurt a little bit and leave a small permanent mark. Are you all right with that, yeah? All right, let's hold it still. There we go, and on the other side, there we go, and the system is taking that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you back into the audience so that we can show you what we're going to do with the body scan. So go ahead and head back down those stairs and give her a big round of applause to help us out. Alright, so while the system is processing Chastity's body scan, I'm going to go ahead and get myself a sip of nice, refreshing, recycled water. All this coffee that makes me thirsty. Y'all are nervous. It's tangy, yes, but don't knock it until you try it. Now.